Good morning, afternoon, evening, whenever you see this. This is Dee with Oler INFP-A Assertive Insights. And today we're going to be talking about, is heterogeneity dead or dying? And I'll tell you in a minute what got me to thinking about that is a lot of things that's going on in my real life. And just kind of wonder, and in the world, are we all supposed to now all be alike? And we're doing heterogeneity as opposed to homogeneity, which means basically the difference between diversity and being the same. So I'm glad you're with me. I would like to say that I am back live by myself for the first time in a few weeks, and I want to throw this in there, a little bit lighter kind of thing, or a different kind of thing from the typing. The last two videos about me or with me had to do with the typing session I had, Socionics with Jack, who had typed me as an INFP in Socionics. We'll get into more of that. And then I just have a little advertising here. I hope people will watch the my reaction to that, which is going to be premiered on June 2nd, but available for playback, about what I think, and that it's about not just Socionics, but what I think about MBTI, Socionics, typing in general, what I was processing all that because it gave me a really big headache. It threw me for a loop. So yeah, and what all that means, and I have my own constructs I'm throwing out there, and it probably, to those of you who follow me on the channel for any length of time, you probably won't be surprised at what I say. Other people might, and some may just think I'm totally crazy, but I put my ideas out there anyway. And so, and there's one following that about where the channel's going to go. I did both of those a couple of weeks ago. They did help me process everything that went on inside and what I was thinking. And so I do, yeah, kind of take things seriously in that regard. So, yeah. So I just want to put something out there to say I'm back for a while now. So you will get 2 more videos about the channel and typing following this. I encourage you to, again, to watch my reaction when I'm talking by myself, what I really think about that whole process, and the results, what I really, really think. So yeah, I think it's should be good. I like the picture anyway. I like the thumbnail. Somebody commented on my thumbnails. I do like the thumbnails, but yeah. So here we go. Heterogeneity, is it dead? Now, where that has come in, because it got me to thinking of being typed. Do you think, well, I would suggest it for anybody that is wondering. Just, I know for me, to keep in mind, if you take it seriously, and not just, I'm just going to go in and have a good time. If you take it seriously, and listen to what's being said, it can throw your identity off if it comes out to be something different than what you thought you were. So it's kind of interesting to me. It was kind of an identity crisis, you might want to say. So in that regard, with the heterogeneity in my real world, this got me to, the typing got started it, triggered it. And now everything in my real world, I'm reevaluating everything. What I've done is, one of my neighbors was talking to me, and she was talking about, I said, I want a large dog, and I can't have one here. I mean, this sounds trite, and this is not the reason, but I want to have one here. So she said, well, you can get emotional support dogs. I don't have a snowball's chance in a hot place of getting one. But I did apply for one, so I've applied for an emotional support dog um, at a place that they specialize in PTSD and veterans. So I know that, and they don't charge for the dogs, so I do know I really don't have a snowball's chance in the hot place. But I did apply because I think it will help me to get back out into society. This is where getting the diversity versus oneness comes into play. Because for the past 4 years, I have had to isolate myself for health reasons, and I live in an old folks' home. For those of you who know, those of you who don't know, I live in senior housing. We're all seniors. Learned the other day from somebody who's best friends with a manager that doesn't get along with me, that the average age here now is 77. We have quite a few who are who have aides that come in. It's getting to be like an assisted living place, which can be depressing in itself. So I want to be out more and more in the world and around different generations. I think that's very, and different cultures. Except for a handful of people out of the 80-some that live here, everybody here has come from up north, out of state. Doesn't matter, generally speaking. I know I'm flip-flopping around. That's how the dog thing came out, is that I'm not going places. I've been here, and the more you stay by yourself, the more you want to stay by yourself, get caught up in the loop. So I thought maybe, I don't know, I don't think I'm going to get one, but if I did get a dog, I think it would help me get out more and be less anxious in crowds. And to me, just any store is a crowd. And to be able to socialize, and I'd have a companion. I'd much rather be around an animal than a person at this point, and where I live too. Yeah, than to hear the remarks I have to hear from being recently disabled, and for being Southern, and for being all kinds of things. Old, if you get out into the community, whatever. I can list a long list of ways I don't fit in my own home state. So I did that. I've also completed an application, excuse me, for another complex to move to another suburb of the city I live in, where there's more social activities I enjoy. It's a town where there's a train station that I go to. They have professional women's soccer league plays. I want to go see them. It's near the hockey arena. It's got an old-fashioned movie theater that has all kinds of events and things. They've got a amphitheater that has all types of, like at Christmas time, they have a Chinese lantern festival. I would love to go see that. They have all kinds of cultural things over there. It's a small town like where I live, but there's nothing here. I mean, there's nothing to do here. Just sit. It's just for people who want to sit and get in the car and drive, and I don't want to do the traffic. So I've completed an application because I think I need more activities. I don't want to be in this, everybody's got to be the same type of environment. I can't even hear a car on the road today. Everybody's either gone somewhere or in the house, one or the other. It's too quiet. It reminds me of the small town I grew up in that I could not wait to escape because, we've got to explore. I'm an INFP 4-wing 5. We have got to explore. And there's nothing to explore here. So I haven't sent it off. That's another issue. I haven't sent it off, the application. I did complete it. But it's a matter of I'll probably wait the first part of June and send it off. It's run by the same company that I have. It is for older people. Probably won't get in. I'm sure they have a long wait list like there is here. Probably won't get in because I already am in one. Have a lot of questions about it. But where it's located, there's a greenway behind it. There's a pickleball court next door. There's a park. This with some swings and places to sit. And there's a basketball court. I like basketball. Pickleball I'm not too fond of. The greenway sounds interesting. I mean, it's got things to do just right within walking distance. I think the bus comes by there. We have none of that here. We have to have a car. And seeing as how I had to buy 6 tires in the past 2 weeks, within a week of each other, because 2 got busted because of vandalism, I have to look for my future and what I need to do. And I do like to ride the train, so the train's like a mile down the road. Maybe get on the bus to go down there after I don't have a car, or if I don't have a car. Shopping center across the street. I mean, things to do. And it's not that busy. It's not a city. It's the downtown area is not that overgrown, and they've turned it back into a smaller town feel. And with the sprawl around it. So, and the golf course where I love to play golf, haven't played golf in 4 or 5 years, is right down the road. So from here where I am, if I went to, I'm going to try to go to the golf course this week, to the driving range, and it would take at least an hour for me to drive about 25 miles, at least an hour one way. So, yeah. That's what I'm thinking, to just try to get some diversity. I just don't see that happening. So I want to ask you, and I know I'm not looking at the timer, it's probably going to be a long video. Just ask you for your comments, your idea, because the overwhelming majority of people who see my channel, and I appreciate everybody who does, the overwhelming majority are half my age, and in between my kids' age and my grandkids' age. So, yeah, I'd like to know, is this just something that's I'm making up? I need to just get out more. I do know that the Gen Z, that they call Gen Z Alpha, I've got 2 grandkids that are Gen Z Alphas. They are all over into YouTube. I mean, they're creators. One, I don't think he has his channel anymore. I think the parents took it away from him. He was getting into political things, and he didn't realize he was. He's too young for that. I think they must have shut him down because I don't see him anymore. But the girl is, yeah, she's in middle school. She's in middle school. She has a channel. She has probably up to almost about 300 subscribers. And what she does, and that's all she wants to do, is be on, is to be an influencer. I don't know if she really goes out and sees her own friends. Forget going outside and playing. They don't do that anymore. Kids don't do that anymore. So what is it? And then another thing I think about, examples I can give, not just people or around folks their own age or their own interests. I mean, you can be their own interests. That's different ages. I grew up with old people. I grew up around my grandmother, and she had a large family. She's one of 9, and they had large families. And every time I go see her, I was her driver. Once I got my license, she wanted to go visit this one, visit that one. So I actually just grew up around old people. I think it's good to be around, you live longer. That statistically, I'm going to throw in some stats here. I don't have the stats, but scientific evidence has shown you do better. You are better in your life. You do better. You live longer. You live healthier if you are around diversity. if you're around people different ages, if you're around people with different interests, and particular different ages. When I grew up, we used to visit everybody. They don't do that anymore. So yeah. But what I wanted to say too is that an example at the age, in diversity of who you are is an example. Another example was that, like I mentioned a little bit a minute ago, is that people moving here from, I'm in North Carolina. Everybody, don't put us on the list at all. I'm in the middle. I am in Raleigh, the capital. I'm in the Research Triangle Park. If you know anything about it, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't know, then just Google it. Research Triangle Park, Raleigh, North Carolina. It will tell you all about it. It's the most ESTJ place I have ever seen and been. For a lot of reasons. But everybody would come down here from New York. I'm not going to blame, it's New York and Pennsylvania, a lot of them, but New York. I'm surprised anybody's left in the city. They came here decades ago. That was fine. Now it's California. We are called the Silicon Valley of the East. So everything we can't afford, the people who are from here can't afford to live here. That's a problem in its for another day. I won't get into that here. But what I will get into is that when they are coming, because I'm on Nextdoor, Nextdoor's on me, one or the other. I joined Nextdoor, so I get all the emails. It's worse than Facebook feeds or any kind of feeds, social media feeds. It's turned into Facebook. Whiny things turned into like Twitter or something. But they get on Nextdoor. And the people have just moved here, and why is there not a, we don't have a Wawa. That's the latest thing. We've got Publix, we've got Wegmans, we've got Aldi's. You know, the dollar stores are going out of business. Let us be. You know, it's, you're in North Carolina or the South or the South. You know you're in the South when you see a Dollar General. That's the rural kind of area. They're going out of business here in the cities. Local business people, the local businesses that have been here for decades and decades are going out because everybody moves here. And you might disagree with me, that's fine. Comment. I probably get a lot of thumbs down for this video and saying this, but I am going to say it because it is a fact. It's a fact. I'm not making it up. People get on Nextdoor. They want to have what they had where they came from. They don't want to try new things. We don't have a Wawa. I hope we never have a Wawa. We are getting a Buc-ee's an hour ride up the road. I do not understand why we have to have a gas station with 100 pumps and all the jerky in the world. I don't understand that concept. I'm more of your country store, your dollar store, country store kind of person. Whenever I travel, and restaurants, they'll say, why isn't there this restaurant? Why isn't there this? To me, really, when you move somewhere, if you want it to be exactly like where you came from, why did you come? You know, I appreciate it. You know, you can visit. Why does it all have to be exactly like where you came from? And they don't want to understand, say, well, we don't have this, but we have that. Oh, no, that's crap. That's trash. That's whatever. And things I grew up, I don't recognize the place. You know, I love to go to New York City. I love to go to New York City Thanksgiving. And the millions, believe it or not, this introvert loves New York City at Thanksgiving. It just fills me up. Been several times, but I don't go looking for Dollar Generals up there. I don't go looking for Hardee's restaurant. If I know there's a McDonald's, that's why I didn't say that. I don't think there's a Hardee's up there. Last time I was up there in New York, I went to Harlem. I went to Harlem to get some soul food because I had heard about a restaurant up there and a couple of restaurants, and I went up there to see Harlem, to see the Apollo Theater. I grew up with that. Live at the Apollo was Saturday nights. That was my jam there, let me tell you. I got James Brown album with that Live at the Apollo. I had to see the Apollo. I had to get soul food. I wanted to see the field. I was in Harlem. Yes, little old me by myself. People say, "You went to Harlem?" Yes, I went on the subway. I didn't go up there looking for Dollar General, didn't go up there looking for Red Lobster, which is going out of business in a lot of places. I didn't go up there looking for what I had here. I went to go experience the experience. So anyway, that's enough of my rambling, but I just want to know, just tell me, comment below, what do you think's going on? Is it happening just here in the States? Is it happening in other parts of the world? Are we getting more to the point of we have to be alike? Everybody has to be alike, and the one who has to succumb to the alikeness is the people who are here to start with. I call them the aggressor. The aggressor that comes over. It's oh geez, it is it's a mess. Don't know if it's getting any better, but that's what's on my mind today. I want to be around the world. I want to be, and just I would hope people would think about that, think more about that. That's my point for today. If you've made it this far, is the point for the day is to think how much of what you do is just totally alike with a group, with a place. When you travel, do you expect everything to be just like it was that you're used to? Is that where we're headed? I know we're all one, but we're not. We're all different we're all, the pinnacle is, I think we're all one, but we're not all alike. And diversity is the key to survival, in my opinion. It would be such a travesty of justice, a travesty of humanity, of everything else, if we all had to go by all the same rules, eat the same food, believe in the same beliefs. And I may be preaching to the choir, because I don't think INFPs adhere to that too much. But we have a lot of people who come in that aren't INFP. I'm getting more and more people who are not INFPs. I would venture to say maybe just about half are. And so yeah, I don't care what personality type you are, or you think you are, or you're a person. Your point of view is valid as long as it's respectful. So with that, I'm going to end sitting here. Hope you're having, if you are in the States, I hope you're having a safe Memorial Day weekend. And do remember, here in the States we celebrate, well, celebrate's not a right word I want to use, but we honor. The Memorial Day is for those who have given their lives for our country. And I do appreciate all of that. Let's remember that while we're having our barbecues, our trips to the beach, or whatever we're doing. That's what it's all about. But yeah, until next time, watch the premiere and stay safe.